Hello, babes. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new, welcome. So in today's video, we are going to be diving into the crazy episode of Girlfriends episode 1 and Miss Toni Child's treacherous behavior. So let's get into it. Welcome to Iconically Iconic. The Girlfriends pilot introduces us to Joan Clayton, played by the lovely Tracee Ellis Ross, a successful lawyer who is as impeccably dressed as she is accomplished. It's her 29th birthday, and from the very scene, we see how societal expectations, especially those placed on women, shape the conversations around her.
I'm 29 today, and according to my life day planner, I should have it all by now. The career, the husband, the kids, so if I say 26, and I bought myself some time, okay?
Before I really dive into this episode, a moment of appreciation for the late, great Angie Stone, who blessed us with the iconic Girlfriends theme song. Not only was she an incredible singer, but she also wrote and produced some of the biggest hits in music. May she rest in peace. Back to the episode. Maya asks Joan whether she'll have a man to celebrate her birthday with. And here is when the show taps into a recurring issue in the 90s and early 2000s, the relentless fixation on women's relationship status, as if success and fulfillment meant nothing without a man. Granted, we know Joan wanted to be married, but it's also because it was something she heard consistently from not only her friends, but her own mother. This era pushed the idea that no matter how much a woman accomplished, she was incomplete without a romantic partner. And as a 90s child, I can tell you it was in everything. Movies, music, TV shows, they were constantly programming women with this thinking, and young girls. Then there's Maya's comment about Joan being sedity.
You know, you professional women are so sedity. I'm sure there are plenty of good men right under your nose.
Because, of course, the moment a black woman has standards, she's accused of being too picky or thinking she's better than others. An old, tired trope, the idea that no matter how successful or financially secure a black woman is, she should be willing to settle. Society has long resisted the notion that a black woman has the right to want a partner who matches her ambition and is equally yoked. Now, I'm grateful that my parents never instilled that in me. My father and grandfather, especially, setting the standard for what good men look like and to never settle. But I know a lot of women don't have that and didn't have that growing up and think they don't deserve better when they do. So as Maya and Joan are talking about what they're going to do for her celebration, let's talk about Miss Toni, because she nonchalantly tells Len she's dating Charles, Joan's ex, and justifies it by saying,
Subscribes to Essence, and those sisters live by a different set of rules.
I read that article. You're not supposed to date your girlfriend's ex, but that's if he dumped her. Joan broke up with him. She's not going to care.
The mental gymnastics here, girl, I can't. First off, how did the conversation go when he showed up to Toni's open house for them to end up dating?
Well, Charles loves me in this. He says it looks sexy on me.
Were you eyeing him the whole time Joan was with him? Did he secretly have a thing for Toni? Were they flirting with one another? Listen, I just need to know. There's so much there, but the lack of loyalty was crazy, and Toni's justification made it no better. Dating your friend's ex, especially someone they confided in you about, cried over, and trusted you to support them through, is beyond foul. It's not just about Toni dating Charles. It's about her character and pure selfishness and the way she was willing to cross someone or do something shady to make sure she got what she wanted. I always say to take care of you first, because people will take from you emotionally and mentally and then go on about their business as though it's nothing. But you show up for those you love and who also reciprocate that to you. But that wasn't Toni. Toni was for self. Toni was so fixated on securing a man with money that she was willing to betray and hurt her closest friend in the process. And deep down, she knew it was wrong, because if she truly believed there was nothing wrong with it, she would have been upfront with Joan from the start. As the episode unfolds, Joan gets some big news from William that she's been made junior partner. It's a huge accomplishment, and I love how Maya comes in to celebrate with her. Yes, she's happy she'll get a raise, but she's also genuinely happy for Joan.
Hard for you to believe.
Well, because if you really were turning 26, that would mean you have broken my record as the youngest person ever to make junior partner in the history of this law firm.
William tells Joan not to mention it yet because the firm wants to tell her, which is normal in the workplace. Sometimes you have to wait for them to tell you, and they just like to keep you on edge. Meanwhile, Lynn calls Toni out for her shady behavior and tells her she needs to do the right thing and call Joan, which Toni does.
Okay, all right. You know toe-sucking Charles, that guy you dumped? Well, he's my date for the party tonight.
Huh? You're bringing Charles?
If you're okay with it.
Sure, I'm fine. FYI, I know you want to marry money, and Charles just isn't the marrying type. I mean, he's a great guy and he sucks a mean toe, but he is not about to marry you.
See, I told Lynn you'd be okay with it.
But by then, the damage is already done. And why would you decide on her birthday to do this? It's her special day, and you can't even let her have that without in some way making it about you, whether good or bad. Joan tries to play it cool, but we know she feels away. And honestly speaking, who wouldn't? Even if you no longer have feelings for this man, it's about trust. The fact that Toni kept this a secret until she was forced to tell Joan, that's what makes it trifling. And it makes you wonder, has she been moving like this for years? Was this just the first time she got caught? I mean, we did see she tried to sleep with Joan's boyfriend in an attempt to get back at Joan. So the shady, trifling, treacherous behavior was definitely there. Toni knows Joan. She knew her better than almost anyone else did. And when you are that close with your friend, you're like siblings. So even when they say they aren't bothered by something, you know something is off. You don't need to hear the words to know what's unsaid. But like I said, Toni was selfish and just didn't care. The girls are gathered at Joan's for her birthday celebration, and baby, when I tell you Joan looked good in that dress.
Smile for the cameras. Smile for the cameras.
The body was bodying the chunky gold earrings and accessories, and the hair was just the cherry on top. Then here comes Charles with his raggedy behind, having the nerve and audacity to say happy birthday with some funky bottle of wine. How bold of you to even want to show up to her home while you're dating her best friend. Of all the women in the world, he just had to date Toni, a thirst bucket of the highest order.
You need to leave!
The fact that he even entertained this shows he wasn't right for Joan to begin with. Joan handled it with more grace than I would have, because the both of them would have to leave my home expeditiously.
Get the fuck up out my house.
Meanwhile, the girls are sitting around socializing and eating, and Toni, in typical fashion, tries to correct Maya's speech.
What? Why are you looking at me?
I'm sorry, it's why are you looking at me? You dropped verbs.
Toni, I go to college. I don't need you correcting me.
Well, apparently they didn't teach you that. A sentence must have a verb.
And I didn't like that. Yes, I love Toni because she's funny, beautiful, and had standards, but I didn't like how she spoke down to Maya because she felt she was better than her. Toni had no problem mocking Maya for how she spoke, but the moment Maya clapped back and embarrassed her, she couldn't take it.
Well, you know, I did learn that kiss is both a verb and a noun. So how about you give my ass a kiss or kiss my ass?
Maya walks away from Toni and overhears William talking about Toni dating Joan's ex. And Maya wasted no time gathering Toni in that hot mess of the ashy blue eyeshadow she wore. Now, Toni, as gorgeous as you are and as good as you always looked, that eyeshadow, baby, wasn't it?
Oh, hell no. She's not dating your man. Ex.
Maya, I do not appreciate you insulting me at the table.
You're dating Joan's ex?
Yeah, so?
And y'all are friends. See, black women don't do that, Toni, like I'm wearing blue eyeshadow. Wrong.
Don't mind if Toni dates Charles.
Yeah, Joan and I have shared everything since the 5th grade.
No, you know what, y'all, this is not right. Okay, no, they say if you have sex with someone, it's like you're having sex with everyone they had sex with. So, Joan, if she sexes your man, it's like she's having sex with you.
We're all consenting adults.
You nasty.
What gets me with Toni is that she genuinely believes her dating Charles shouldn't be an issue and Joan shouldn't feel away. When if the tables were turned, Toni would have lost it, and she would have made Joan pay for it too. Every chance she got. And why do some women think it's okay to swap out exes with their friends like their accessories? Do you know how low down and nasty that is? It reminds me of the stand-up Chris Rock did years ago, and it was that some women just don't want something like what you have because they admire it. No, they want what you have.
If a woman introduces her new man to her girlfriend, when they walk away, her girlfriend goes, I gotta get him. And I will slit that bitch's throat to do it.
They don't want to find a partner who has the same qualities or similarities, but I want yours. That's not admiration, it's deep envy. The argument escalates and Joan rightfully clocks Toni because Toni never considered Joan's feelings. Her only concern was what Charles could do for her. Money trumped loyalty in her book.
Maya is a bright young woman with a future. And you're just one escrow and a sugar daddy away from moving your butt back to Fresno yourself. Just looking for a little intent.
Down, Joan.
Nobody is talking to you, Toni.
Okay, Charles, we're leaving. Joan is tripping.
I'm tripping.
Yes, you're tripping.
You're the one who brought this man into my house. My last real boyfriend. Hell, I still go shopping with his mom.
You said you were okay with this.
I lied.
Joan is fed up and tells everybody to leave, and yet they just stand there looking like lost children. Didn't she tell y'all to get out? And when she goes to get up, because they clearly refuse to leave, her dress betrays her, and our girls' goodies are exposed for all to see.
Fine, I'll leave.
Her birthday was basically ruined. Cut to the next scene and we see Charles, Mr. Scumbucket himself, giving Toni a pedicure, clearly softening her up before he showcases his tongue magic on her toes. But for once, Toni actually has a moment of clarity. She pulls back and admits what she's doing is wrong, realizing Joan is the only friend who truly tolerates her nonsense. Then Charles, as if he hadn't already done enough, slithers his way over to Joan's place.
I'm sorry. I should have exercised better judgment. I mean, it was one thing to date your girlfriend, but I shouldn't have come to your house.
Yet here you are again. Bye-bye.
Joan, take the chip off. I'm trying to apologize.
At this point, he's really pissing me off. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I swear he was dating Toni just to get a rise out of Joan, and it worked. But now he has the nerve to go crawling back to her. Joan plays into it for a moment, but thankfully her good sense kicks in before it goes too far.
No, this isn't right. It's... Oh my God.
Toni finally comes over to apologize, as she should have, because Toni, you were so out of line.
No. Don't let me off that easily. I mean, why do you put up with me? I always let you down.
Well, at least you're consistent.
Yes, and that is what I love about you.
Why are you being so understanding? Beat me or hit me or yell or something. You would not have done what I've done to you because you don't have one deceitful bone in your body.
Honestly, I would have cut her completely off because I don't play these kind of games. But since this is TV, we know that that's not going to happen, especially in the first episode. Still, this whole situation was proof of why their friendship shouldn't have made it past high school, and why in real life some friendships shouldn't make it past high school because they're toxic. By the end of the episode, the girls all meet up and Joan tells the girls she's made junior partner. They celebrate and that's how the episode closes out. I want to know what you guys think of this episode. I feel like Toni was completely out of line dating her friend's ex. It wasn't like it was a guy Joan dated for a week and they just had nothing in common. I don't think dating exes of friends are okay. It's just messy. But if you are the type where it's okay in your friend group, I think the least Toni could have done was talk to Joan about it. And with that being said, this video has come to an end. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Also, make sure your notification bells are turned on so that you always know when I upload. And I will catch you guys in the next one.